10 fragrances I wish I wore more often. This is a video I've done a couple times on the channel, and it's a video that really resonates with myself, and I think it resonates with a lot of you guys as well. As you know, when you build up a large collection of fragrances, it's easy to forget about certain ones. It's easy to kind of have some of them simply get lost in your collection, and then you find yourself forgetting about them and not reaching for them, even though they're fragrances that you actually really like. So I do want to hear from you guys. What are some fragrances that you wish that you wore more often, but sadly don't? Let me know down below in the comments, because I like hearing from you guys and seeing what fragrances get lost in your collection. So I hope you guys are ready to get into this video and hear about my 10 fragrances that I wish I wore more often. Let's go and jump right into it. Starting off with the first fragrance, we have CK Eternity 2020. This is their new summer release. So I guess it's CK Summer 2020 release. Eternity, Calvin Klein, whatever it's called. You guys get the idea. You can see the bottle. It's their new summer release for this year, and sure, it only has been out since this year, so it hasn't been out that long, but it's actually a fragrance that I really enjoy. You can watch my review on it, and I tell you guys that I really like this stuff. However, I just don't wear it that much, and a lot of the reason is simply just because I forget about it. I forget I have it, and I'm used to reaching for other designer fragrances that I wear more often in the summertime. So as a result, Eternity 2020 Summer by Calvin Klein just doesn't get that much attention from me, but I really wish it does, and I think I'm going to try to start reaching it into my rotation more, because I actually really enjoy how this one smells. Prada L'Homme Low. So you guys, of course, are very familiar with Prada L'Homme. Do you see that bug right there? It's ridiculous, isn't it? Yep, I flew off. You guys are already very familiar with the original Prada L'Homme. It's a fragrance that came into the community and just got hyped to death. So many people talk about it. So many people love it for good reason. It's a nice scent, but you don't hear too much talk about some of its other flankers, fragrances that came after the original Prada L'Homme. Of course, this is one of them, Prada L'Homme Low. In my opinion, this one is great. What is it? It's simply a fresher, lighter, and more summery version of the original Prada L'Homme, and I think that is awesome. I love this scent. It smells so nice, so uplifting, so summery. Only problem is, unfortunately, I forget about it. I kind of just forget that I have it. You know, it's one of those fragrances that I do really like, but I haven't worn enough for it to like stick into my head like, hey, I really like this, and I reach for it. Just hasn't happened yet. So as a result, it's making it in this video, unfortunately. I wish I wore it more. I just don't. It always slips my mind, but I'm going to try to make an effort to wear this one more this summertime and really enjoy it in the summer, because I think that's when it's best suited for. That's Prada L'Homme Low. Yves Saint Laurent L'Homme Ultime. So this one, I don't know if you can hear that thunder or not. Apparently we have storms coming, even though it's yep, I'm sure you can probably hear that. Apparently storms coming, even though it's a beautiful sunny day right now. So I guess I'm going to try to get through this too quickly here before we end up getting stormed out. L'Homme Ultime, like I just mentioned, is a great scent. This is a rose and ginger, fresh, spicy scent. Has been discontinued, so I've talked about this in other videos. Get this fragrance, this one, get it while you can. I'm not kidding, guys. If it's still on discounters, which I'm pretty sure it is, grab yourself a few bottles. However many you want to grab is up to you. How much money you want to spend, that's your thing. But my recommendation is, if you don't have this fragrance yet but want to get it, now's the time to do it. Or if you have this fragrance already and you really like it, get a couple extra bottles to have around, because as soon as this one is no longer available on discounters, you're going to be paying an absurd amount of money on eBay and the Facebook groups and other places like that. It's going to be marked way up, and it's not going to be worth it. So get some L'Homme Ultime while you can, while it's in stock on discounters. I will provide a link down below along with everything else in this video. Check out those links. It's going to be the best prices around. Get some while you can. I wish I wore this fragrance more. I really like it, and I'm going to get myself a few backup bottles as well so I can wear it more and not worry about running out of it, because it is unfortunately discontinued. I love the scent. I think it's very unique and great from the L'Homme line. Probably why it's discontinued is because it just isn't selling like everything else, because it's a bit different. More for the enthusiast, more for the gentleman, that sort of thing. Get it while you can. I wish I wore it more. I'm probably going to. L'Homme Ultime. Tom Ford Gray Vetiver. This stuff is incredible. Every time I smell it, I'm just like, wow. Such a gentleman's classic. It's soapy clean, nice vetiver with some citrus up top. It's great. We're talking about the EDP version here. The Eau de Toilette is also a great fragrance, but it is discontinued. The Eau de Toilette focuses more on the citrus and bright aspects. The EDP here is a bit more soapy, and it's got just a little bit more depth and less focus on the sparkling citrus. Regardless of which one you can get, both of them are great. And I wish I wore this stuff more because, well, I love it. It smells great. You guys know I love vetiver fragrances. And this is one that kind of sits behind, you know, it just doesn't get that much wear from me. From Tom Ford recently, been reaching more for stuff like Beau de Jour and some others from the private blend. These gray vetiver fragrances don't get a whole lot of love from me, but I'm going to try to work them in more because I do think summer is a great time to wear stuff like this. Tom Ford Gray Vetiver EDP. Azzaro Pour Homme Wild Mint. Just look at that bottle. Doesn't it look crazy? It looks really, really nice. I love it. I love Azzaro Wild Mint. But as you can probably imagine why this is in the video, I don't wear it. The last time I wore this one legitimately was when I was wearing it for my review, which I did like a couple months ago at this point. Ever since then, haven't picked it up, haven't worn it, and that sucks. I don't really know why. Well, I mean, I know why, I just forget about it. But, you know, it's one of those things, when I smell it, I'm like, that is just different. For a fragrance, this is different, and I do want to wear it more. It's a minty fragrance, kind of smells like mint chocolate. If you guys are familiar with stuff like that. Very, very nice. Definitely different. Definitely doesn't smell like your original fragrance. And that's cool. Azzaro Pour Homme Wild Mint. CH Men, the original. Of course, I love CH Men Privé, but this one I think is still going to be my all-time favorite. I love it. Sugary, leathery, grassy green scent from Carolina Herrera. It's unique. It's different. And I love that. I love the scent. I used to wear it a lot, not so much anymore. Not really sure why. You know, it's just one of those things where I look at it a lot. I'm like, okay, there's CH Men, smells great, but I just don't reach for it and wear it. Not really sure why. I have plenty of bottles of it, so I don't have to worry about running out. I just don't wear it that often, but I want to, and I'm going to. You know, summertime isn't a bad time to wear this scent. You can do it. I think I'll probably want to push it a little bit harder in fall and in spring and stuff like that. That's going to be the best times. But I will bust it out every now and then on a cooler summer day here coming up. CH Men by Carolina Herrera. One that I don't wear, but I really wish I did more. Chanel Allure Homme Edition Blanche. This one is probably, honestly, one of the most talked about in the Chanel Allure Homme line as of, you know, the past few years. Allure Homme Sport Extreme hype has died down. Allure Homme Sport hype has died down. Those were kind of the main two heavy hitters from the line that got talked about a lot. And this one came in, and this one kind of brought it back to life. You know, you hear a lot of people talk about this fragrance for summertime. It's a lemon meringue pie type of thing. You guys have heard it a million times. And it's one, believe it or not, I don't wear that much. You know, for me, I'm always going to be reaching for Allure Homme Sport, Allure Homme Sport Extreme, the original Allure Homme, right? Those are the ones I typically go for. I just don't go for Edition Blanche that much, and it's not that it's a bad scent. I like it, but I just don't reach for it that much. A lot of people hype this one up. A lot of people like it. It just kind of sits in the background a little bit for me. So since we are in the prime time for this one, I'm going to definitely be wearing it more. Chanel Allure Homme Edition Blanche. We do have a fragrance from MFK. This one is Masculin Pluriel. This one is amazing. It's one of my favorites from the house. It's a gentleman's mature classic scent DNA with a bit of a modern twist. I love it, and I think it's great. I'm trying to find a 200 ml, but everywhere that I look is sold out. I don't know if there's something going on with the 200 ml. FragranceNet, FragranceX, FragranceBuy.ca. No one has 200 mils, and I want one. I am going to wear it a lot, and I do like to spray this one heavily when I do wear it. So MFK Masculin Pluriel, not worn much by me at all. Most of my MFKs collect dust, this especially, and I want to wear it more because I think it's truly an incredible scent. Issey Miyake Wood and Wood. Not really what you may expect, judging by the name and by the cap. You know, it looks like wood. It's not really that woody of a scent. It's got ambroxan and some other aroma chemicals. It gives it kind of a airy, light, somewhat fuzzy type of smell, citrusy, all that good stuff. Not really what you would expect, but it is still very nice, and it does smell very good, very clean, fresh, pleasant. Not a bad scent for summer, one that I definitely want to wear more often because I do forget about it, and I do think that this is a really pleasant scent, honestly, for what you get. And finally, last fragrance, as I'm currently baking in the direct sunlight. It's either choose sunlight and have no bugs on me and be hot, or go in the shade and have a million bugs swarming me. So I'm sure some of you guys may agree with my choice here. Just be in the direct sunlight, because I hate the bugs. I hate them swarming me, especially when I'm trying to record, and especially as we still have continuous thunder rolling in, as you may be able to hear in the background. Dolce & Gabbana The One Royal Night is the last fragrance on this list of fragrances that I wish I wore more often. I love it. It's Dolce & Gabbana The One DNA, but without the tobacco note. The tobacco note's one of my personal favorite parts of it, so on one hand I'm like, man, why did they take it out? But then on the other hand I'm like, well, if I want the tobacco note, I'll just wear the EDT or the EDP, right? Simple as that. I do like the fact that they did take it out of the scent, puts more focus on the amber, the cardamom, the sweeter notes, makes it a bit more creamy, sweet, and smooth. The tobacco kind of roughs up the originals, and I do like that, but in a date situation, this one almost might be just as good, if not a little bit better, than the EDP and the EDT because of the no tobacco. It's smoother and sweeter and kind of a bit more sensual and warm. I really like that about this scent a lot. I love Dolce & Gabbana The One Royal Night. Give this one a shot. It is kind of slept on. Most people are just going for the EDP, but I do think you should try this one. I love it. I don't wear it as much as I should, but in summer date nights, summer evenings, I'm definitely going to. So guys, there you have it. That was 10 fragrances I wish I wore more often. Again, let me know yours down below. What are some fragrances you wish you wore more often? And that's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. All these fragrances will be linked down below if you want to check any of them out at the best prices. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you tomorrow night with another one. Take care.